Hello everyone. This is going to be a video about using the Phantom trade. It should be a fairly short video, but I'm going to go through in detail exactly how to see these Phantom trades in real time and what criteria they must meet to be a Phantom trade. Don't let anybody, whether you have a friend that trades with you that's heard in the past or anything like that, there is not a Phantom trade unless it meets this particular criteria. That does not mean that you can't go ahead and box in and do some different type trades that we teach. There are a lot of trades that are going to be taken long before a Phantom. But this particular video is going to be about Phantom trades and Phantom trades only. So please read the disclaimer. Futures trading does involve risk. There's always risk of loss. You should only trade discretionary capital. Everything we say and do at Viper Trading Systems is for educational purposes only. All right, so I'm going to go ahead and take this disclaimer down. And what I want to first do is I'm going to go ahead and take a horizontal line, and we're going to go through exactly what the lines are because there are some new people that come in, and I'm going to go through this kind of basic. This particular set of bands is called the dynamic trend, and we use this in the room with mid-band trades and also Phantom trades. This video is going to be only about Phantom trades. So what you need to know first, though, is there are actually 8 lines on the dynamic trend. It starts with line 0. The very next line is the top of the little shaded area. That's line 1. This is line 2. This is line 3. And this is line 4, which is the mid-band. Now, the mid-band, when we say mid-band, you're going to automatically assume that this is going to be basically your mid-band type trades. All right, then you have line 5, top of the shadow, line 6, the green line, line 7, the bottom of the top shaded area, and then line 8. So you have 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. So when I start explaining the Phantom type trade, you need to know exactly where that Phantom is. Basically, on Phantom trades, a long Phantom trade is going to be a break between line 2 and line 1 with certain criteria, which I'm going to go over in this video. A short Phantom trade, on the other hand, will be a break between line 6 and line 7 with particular criteria. Okay, a Phantom trade must go from one extreme with the mid-band to the other. In other words, you go from short to long, and you're looking for a Phantom trade. Now, let me go over real quick what colors we're talking about on these charts. So bear with me just one second. I'm going to go ahead and get rid of this, all of this on here except basically the dynamic trend. All right, so let's just go through this. First off, when you're looking at your long type trade, you're looking for a mid-band. There are 3 colors for long on mid-band. The basically lime green color, it simply means an uptrend. If it turns blue, that's a session high. Okay? And if it turns yellow, it's going sideways, but it's still in the up mode. Okay? Now, when you go to a shorter side, you're going your magenta color, which is a downtrend, your red color, which is actually session low, and your rose color, which is sideways. Okay, this is extremely important to know because what you're going to do when you're looking for Phantoms, you're going to be looking for Phantoms up here on shorts and down here on longs. Okay, so if it's a long mid-band, your Phantom is between line 2 and line 1. If it's a short mid-band, your Phantom is between line 6 and line 7. Okay, so let's just go over that just a little bit. Let's just see where this particular chart went. Let's go back a ways, back a ways, back a ways. Let's see if we can get this a little bit better here. Oops, sorry about that. All right, so see, for instance, this went from a short mid-band to a long mid-band. So if you're a long mid-band, you're looking for the Phantom right down here in this little sweet spot. This is a Phantom trade on a long trade. Now, I'm not showing prices on purpose because I want to get you acclimated into exactly where you're looking for the trade. Now keep in mind there's lots of other trades and we teach them in our webinars, but this is going to be strictly on the phantom trade. Okay, so if you go from an extreme of short to an extreme of long, you're looking for that first phantom after a trend change. Now you notice that you go short, so you're going from one extreme long to one extreme short. So now you're looking for your phantom in this area right here. Okay, now you go from short to long, and you're looking for your phantoms between line 1 and line 2. And you notice that it does stair step up, so you don't necessarily get a phantom right off the bat. You may get a midband trade and it pops up. You might get a midband trade and it pops up again. But you will finally get a phantom trade. So a long phantom trade is simply between line 2 and line 1. If it doesn't meet the criteria, just keep stepping it up. Keep stepping it up, so on and so on, like that, and like that. Now, when phantom actually does set up, then you're going to get this deep retracement and you get that kind of move. Okay, so these phantom trades can be really, really good. Again, what you want to do is you want to go from a long extreme to a short extreme, or from a short extreme to a long extreme even. In other words, you just have to change from one extreme to the other, and then you just simply remember long phantom is line 2 to 1, short phantom is line 6 to 7. Okay, so let's go over an actual chart and see what that looks like. Bear with me just one second. Okay, now you're going to notice that this is one of the boxes that we drew just a minute ago on that blank chart. Okay, now what were you actually looking for on this particular trade? Well, you were looking for an extreme from long to short phantom. You take some profit at the mid-band. You know, this phantom turned out to be a little bit more of a trend change, but you still got a scalp. And that's a beautiful thing about these type of trades. They will give you good trades. Now you notice that you go from a short mid-band to a long mid-band, and between line 2 and line 1 is your next trade, and look at that one. See the phantom? Line 2 to line 1. All right, let's look again. See if we can get another one. And by the way, if they do what we call ratcheting up, let me show you what I mean by ratcheting up also. Let's say, for instance, that you have this high here, all right, and you have this low here where this phantom is. All we've got to do is take out that swing right there to be considered ratcheting up. So this even ratcheted up here, so we would be looking for a phantom again. Okay, but this one ratcheted up even higher, so you are looking for another phantom. All right, let's see if we can get one. There was a phantom area, but it never fired. See there? Now there's lots of other trades as we talk about. Here's a little phantom right here on YM. This is actually what we call a phantom type trade. And lo and behold, it paid off. So, ratcheted up, phantom trade, paid off. Let's see if we go to another extreme at all. We're still long. Phantom trade still worked out. This one makes me a little bit more nervous, but let me tell you why on this. Because when you get a phantom trade and you box this in, or you take it when it comes back above line 2, or however you do the trade, this one actually turned the background red, but it still turned in to be a good phantom. Okay, because the mid-band stayed the long color. Let's see if we've got another one. This is another one right here setting up, but it did never trigger. And notice that your mid-band turned magenta. So in other words, if you were looking for this phantom, let's say that you bounced off a line 2 and you simply saw this higher low, so you box it in like that, and you notice that it never fired to the upside. And even if you boxed it in again, it never fired up. And if you boxed it in again, it never fired up. And by the time you boxed this one in, you got the mid-band that was actually magenta. So you're no longer looking for a long phantom because we went from one extreme to the other. Now you're simply looking for from a long phantom to a short phantom. Short phantom is right up here in this area, line 6 to line 7, like so. And you didn't get one yet. There's one right there setting up. Is it going to fire? Is it going to fire? It did. See there? Boxed it in. And you got a mid-band trade. Okay, notice how you would have boxed this in. Even if you boxed in right here, you still got a scalp. Okay, see how it did the little lightning up that we teach, and it broke here. You actually break it on like this bar or this bar for sure. You got a little scalp. Okay, let's see if we get another one. Now remember, the short phantom is up at the top. We're still with a short midband. That's not a phantom. Never fired a phantom. Although that could be a good short, we do teach that trade, but this webinar video right here is about phantom trades, and that's a true phantom over here to the left. All right, let's see if we can do another one. Not quite a phantom. There's a phantom right there setting up. Now, is that going to work? Well, if you boxed it, you're not in short yet. And it looks like you did not get a phantom on that one. And you just did just then, but I'd be real careful when this turns. But let's just see if you get a little scalp on this. Because when you talk about phantom type trades, basically what you're looking for is a scalp type trade. And it looks like you did get a scalp. So that's another phantom trade. Okay, now we go from this extreme, which is short. We're going to be looking for either ratcheting down or along. See if we get either one. Now, by the way, this is not a phantom long. Notice that the midband is still a short color. Okay, here's another phantom trade setting up right here. Let's do it one bar at a time, and let's see if we can get a trade. You'd basically box it in right across here, like so. Didn't close below it, and that particular phantom trade never fired. Okay, now you got the midband that's green. Notice the green midband. So guess what? We're not looking for this phantom anymore. We're looking for the deeper phantom on longs. Now watch. And like I say, keep in mind, there's lots of trades on here. We teach and take some of these trades. Boxing at midband, get these monster nice runs. Okay, but we're talking about phantoms. It's a beautiful midband trade. Let's see if we get a phantom. There's a phantom trade. Went from one extreme to the other. Didn't fire. Still box. Still box. And you fired. And you got midband. See how the phantom trades work? Now let me show you exactly how you would do this trade right here, for instance. You're looking for phantom, so it touched line 2. Now, you wait for it to get it to where it's either going to break like a resistance area. Okay, so I would box it like right across there like that. And it never broke up. See, this is the way you'd be doing it live. And so you never broke up. And then it went down a little bit further, so you just simply roll your box over like so. And if it pops back above line 2, or this candle, see how this candle went up, up, and then down? Box it in like this. Like so. And if it breaks that, you're getting a higher low. And there you go. See that? Perfect phantom trade, by the way. Okay, now you've got a yellow midband. You're still looking for phantoms, but notice that you did not ratchet up. See how that didn't ratchet up and take out that swing to the left? Now, that doesn't mean you can't take a phantom. It just doesn't go into the criteria of how we like a phantom. So let's see if we can get a phantom. We'll box it instead. No phantom. No phantom. No phantom. Okay, now it ratcheted up. So what are you looking for? You're looking for another phantom. So we're at the end of the period. This is actually YM. And it's just now 11 o'clock in the morning my time. So that's where we're at on the chart. Now notice that each and every one of those phantoms actually worked. Now we found by talking to our traders, and this is not in writing or anything like that, but we've talked to several traders and they feel that the phantoms are around the 85% probability, which means that 15% of them don't work. But I find that to be even higher than that, simply because you have to wait for the basically the downtrend on a long to start back up, like in other words, stair-stepping back up. See, when did this one start stair-stepping back up by the criteria that we teach? Well, you have a low, you have a high, you have a higher low, and it broke the top of that high on that bar. So that would change this to green, and therefore you got you a nice phantom trade. Okay? That's actually it. That's all there is to a phantom trade. They're beautiful trades. You want to watch for them on every single chart. Don't get fooled into getting complacent, for instance. Like, let's say that, let's say, for instance, that you had decided to box this in right here on a long instead. Is that actually a long chart? No. Got a high up here, a low down here. You've even got a high here with a lightning 3. It's got to take that out before it heads up. And what happens? They kiss it, and what do? They roll over. Everybody sees that, right? This is important. See how that's your swing right there, and it's still a lower high. So, I highly recommend this type of trade because, for instance, if you were to, if you took this right at mid-band, like when it crossed over, you would have gotten a nice long trade. But you didn't know for sure it wasn't going to hit mid-band and roll over. So if you boxed it, you might not have gotten even a scalp before our good traders actually took a nice short. Okay? All right, that is exactly how you do a phantom, and this will be posted on the site under the member login. And also remember, no matter what anybody says, there's no such thing as a phantom unless it meets the criteria of going from one extreme to the other, changes to, from one extreme mid-band to the other. Phantom on longs is between 2 and 1. Phantoms on short is between 6 and 7. Okay, so for instance, this is still a phantom right here because this never changed. This is still a short mid-band. And that's why you got a beautiful trade there. It's a phantom right over here. That beautiful phantom. They're all over the place. And if you train yourself to see these in real time, you can really make some decent coin trading these. Because to give you an example, there's a phantom trade setting up as we speak, and you don't know if it's going to be here yet, or it may even step up, but there's going to be a phantom trade, or it'll be a trend change, and we just simply box in our little phantom trades and take them. Okay. Thanks for watching the video. I hope it helps you with phantoms because, if you need to watch the video over and over, just keep in mind that it has to meet this particular criteria. Thanks, everyone, for watching.